Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hey, it's Icarice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled. This is Mila J. Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Icarice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it. Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Okay. Hello, everyone. You already know what time it is. It is that 5 o'clock hour. I am your girl, Miss Connie LV, and this is The Naked Truth. Come on in, everyone. I'm so excited to be on live with you guys today on YouTube. Make sure you send the link over to Facebook. Copy and share, please. Because a lot of folks don't know we moved. We spent the block. So we over here on YouTube, IG, Twitch, and what's our other stream? We outside. Yeah, and we're about to be live on Instagram. That's at Hot 702.5 FM. I am your girl, Miss Connie. Once again, like I said, this is Levels of Intimacy, the Naked Truth. Come on in here today. Let's talk about it. We have had an eventful week. This is a spiritual week, okay? And this is a high vibrational week for some or many. So let's definitely get in here and talk about it. As you all may know, this week has really been a situation that has deeply upset my mindset, but I just wanted to make sure I thanked everyone who reached out, and I appreciate you, but I don't want to go into any further discussion as of now. We're going to follow up on that, but what I want to do more so is just say that we will, like I said, go to the naked truth. I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting it together, y'all. It's been a tough week over here. I just wanted to say, I didn't pick the moment. The moment chose me. So here I am. I'm all about love, peace, harmony. And you already know, climaxing, because I am your girl, Miss Connie from Bedroom Candy by Intims.C. That's www.bedroomcandy.com/11002. Yes, I am your consultant here in the city of Las Vegas. If you are looking to possibly have a bachelor party, it is wedding season. Yes, it is the season for love. And guess what? I have the ultimate skincare products that are prepared to deal with the level of sun that Vegas has to present. Shout out to the early summer we have in here, because it went from a little bit too cold to okay, summer slowed down. But know that I do have the greatest body butter within my line for skincare for men and women. So, it doesn't matter if you love it on yourself or rub it on yourself for somebody else. I sell lube and lotion. Okay? I got to add that in there. I sell lube and lotion. So, yes, come on in here, everybody. I just want to say that this week's topic is going to be about being beautifully broken. Okay. And it's just so many different things going on. And we all know when we refer to that word of beauty being in the eye of the beholder, and broken normally is associated with some part of, some part that maybe not broken to the point it's not fixable, but definitely broken on the level of this can't exist in its context of what it is right now. So saying that, as much as everything is going on, I am in the midst of an emotional roller coaster. But on a higher note, my homegirl dropped a movie this week that she shot and produced. Shout out to Stephanie. I haven't even had a chance to promote my little 3-minute clip in the movie. Make sure you guys check her out. She is on Prime, Roku. Well, we are on Prime, Roku, and Folsom. I hadn't heard of that station, but we out there. Yeah, so check her out. Make sure you support an artist, because we sensitive about our stuff. Okay, everybody? So once again, that's Stephanie Copes. The name of the movie is Karma, Kaarmha. Connie, you better have it right. Hey, listen, Karma. As soon as you put that double A in there, it's gonna come together. It's been a rough week. I think it's MHA or MAA. Sorry, Stephanie, but I'm still promoting out here. So yeah, this 3-minute clip allowed me to have somewhat of a IMDb presence, I was told. So I'm feeling like a movie star in the midst of the moment. So shout out to my 3-minute clip of being the nosy old lady with the literature. And I can say that part was inspired by my grandmother and my mother, because I gave some Bible literature, or maybe like a little a religious book for the child that that was a part of my line. And I said, I'm tapping into my mother, because my mother is a Jehovah's Witness. Believe it or not. Yes, she is. My mother is a devout Christian Jehovah's Witness. I mean, and you have seen her at your door. So as a young girl, because she's been a witness, I'm plus age, she's been probably a witness over 46 years. We would have to go door to door, and I would have to talk to people, so hence I think this is why I've still been talking this long, because if I didn't talk, she would dislocate my shoulder. So I was a little girl at the door like, hi, do you know the world is coming to an end? Do you know about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? And I'm not being a mockery, so don't do it. I'm just saying, you taught me how to be a public speaker, So, yeah, I was that kid at the door, and, I had to tell everybody that the world was literally coming to an end. And hence, I would agree at this age right now, but it's been a minute. So I think at some point these non-believers, they looking for us to pinpoint kind of a date, so we can know what we can do and what we can't do. But anyway, so yeah, I was the nosy lady next door. So the nosy lady next door part is my grandmother. Shout out to Irene. Rest in peace. I still love you, lady. But that lady stared out that window her whole end of her retirement to make sure nobody stepped on that piece of grass that she had, or that they didn't steal her roses off the bush. And it was just a special tree in front of the house that made you want to climb it. But you already knew Miss Johnson was in the window. So yeah, I channeled in on those two different ladies, and I'm a movie star. Know where your roots are. Okay. So yeah, shout out to Stephanie. The movie is Karma. Check it out. I will put it in the link too. I should have had it already ready. If I get a moment, I will drop that in there, or I'll follow back and do that. So yeah, shout out to that not little, but shout out to that accomplishment. Also, I hear in real news that some folk been exposed. So, well, you can stop spending all your income tax money on that fake Gucci, huh? That's what they saying. They saying, listen, don't play, because we are giving out. They are not gatekeeping. Okay, all of the vendors, they are not going to stop until the inventory is gone. So, even though we do have cracks in the system, but it seems like if you are a major distributor and you have generated some level of inventory revenue that you can really tap into the inventory, it look like this may happen for you. It may take a minute, but maybe it'll work for you. So, just shout out to that. That's just interesting in the news. Also this week, speaking of current events, because it's sunny outside and sometimes we don't always know where the happenings are, but with this week, we have the Reggae Fest at the government center. So make sure you guys get out, get a little bit of sun. I'm not sure if it's all day. It's normally a little bit too hot for me in the daytime. So I don't know exactly the time frame on that, but that does give everybody something to do. And I'm sure these churches are opening up the door if you want to fellowship amongst the congregation. This is a time where everybody used to get ready for Easter and go to church or go to the hall. Well, the hall had their memorial. So shout out to them last week. But yeah, so yeah, definitely tap into that. That's what? 11 to 1. The Reggae Fest? Wow. Oh, PM? 11 a.m. to 1. Wait a minute, Reggae Fest. Now, wait a minute. Now, they done shortened the Reggae Fest considerably. I guess it's too hot. We can't do too many sun fests. Okay. So, the Reggae Fest went from 11 to 1. I know it used to be a little bit later and a little bit longer. So, I don't know, guys. But, yeah, make sure you check that out this weekend. And so, yeah. That's that. So that's just pretty much what I had on the current events, and I definitely wanted to show up as my authentic self. Me, I'm black enough to be the target, but my clothes are always too loud in color to get away. So hence, here I am. You catch me every Wednesday at 5 p.m. at the happiest hour, which is happy hour. So yeah, I am here. And I just wanted to ask everybody, what is the proper procedure when you are approached with things that make you question who you are, Because I was sent a video by a friend, and I don't know what really happened because the way the clip came, I just saw this guy knocking this lady out. So, and then all these other people had to kind of come in. I just don't really know that dynamic, but it's what is happening where we just, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even went that route because sometimes we just, sometimes things happen. So that's just the naked truth. I really wasn't trying to answer as much as I'm asking. So the number is 702-551-5261. If you got any level of feedback, I would just really love to know that. Also, where do the strong people heal? You know, I think that's a question too, because everybody, you know, who is reliable and people rely on, sometimes they need a little bit of cushion, you know? They need a little bit of comfort and warmth as well. So, you know, what is the proper procedure when you're dealing with someone who's going through something? And I know, just kind of being in this format now, I see where I have become a bit aggressive and opinionated, because that's how I feel everybody is coming towards me. But what you have to realize is that everything is not to break you down, but more so to kind of build you up. So, you know, it's just all a learning process. But definitely, I think we all need to be conscious and cognizant of when we are dealing with each other and we are going through things as friends, not strangers, but as friends, as family, as support, you know, support systems, that at some point you have to tap out of, oh, I woulda, or you shoulda. And sometimes you have to really kind of hear the whole story so that you can really understand why this person was even comfortable enough to even have the conversation, you know, with you in the first place. So I just noticed that, you know, it's kind of like I hear different things about myself, like, oh, you got it, Connie. And it's like, yeah, I do, but I'm still a girl, you know, I'm still tapped into some level of feminine energy over here, you know, but you know what? That's karma. Cause see, I can check myself, because hence I don't seek that level of relationships. So now when you want to go home to somebody and just talk about a long day, that person does not exist. But do you have that friend that you can talk to? And sometimes I do, but most of the time when we're going through things, I think COVID sent us all like in a downward spiral about how we kind of socialize and how we communicate with each other, or even about what's going on in our own personal lives. Because I have friends who have told me things and I'm like, why didn't you call me? And they're like, yo, I couldn't even talk to you because you know how you are. And I'm like, wow, you know, that was kind of serious. So what is it, you know, that's something I need to work on, because to me, the matter was serious, way too serious that it not be shared with me because of how my response would be. So, but that may be me kind of bandaging my wound and still not being considerate of that other person and what they're going through, or, you know, just kind of like shrugging them off. Because I felt like that happened to me. I was just saying like, yo, I'm in like an emotional state. And they were like, you always are. And I'm like, the fuck? I don't think I was supposed to say that. I was like, FUQ. I'm just like, wow. Like, I am an ear for so many people. So I just need some time, you know? And I don't even talk much to people. Although I'm such a extrovert in my business life, I'm not in my personal life. I'm a quiet person. I have a home away from a home just because I like a level of peace and quiet. I have a she shed. So like, I'm not like that person, you know? So I just say, if you do come across these type of people in your midst, just make sure that, you know, you are cognizant of what's kind of going on. And we do have to be a little bit more tender with listening to our friends or people who even come into us in any level of conversation, because it's just such a crazy, hyper sensitive time right now. And everybody is so busy caught up in what's going on with them. We sometimes seldom don't really have time to focus on what's going on with you. That's just the reality. But if you are in the business of minds and you have to still deal with these people, then you definitely have to have some approaches. You have to have different approaches. You have to be mindful. You have to be considerate, of different things. And I think everything I go through is literally like a teaching lesson because I don't have that person like right there. What's up? What's up, everybody on YouTube? What's up, everybody on IG? Yeah, what's up, Twitch? Everybody out here in the streamer world, I really appreciate you showing up today. Yeah, I'm outside, guys. I'm telling you, it was so funny today because I was kind of in my head and I wanted to like rest, but I'm just not that person, just that beautifully broken. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on, Connie. You still must show up. But I just say that not many people have platforms where they can really come and really get naked and really talk about themselves or talk about subjects on a level that, people really understand what they're saying and also can relate or kind of reassure you of some things that you think should happen, is happening, or, that you're manifesting. But on a higher note, it's just so many more positive things going on out here. We have a gang of events going on in the city. We have a lot of things that are cultural based here. They just had the Indian festival. I was so sad I missed that too. I love Indian food. But yeah, I think, and they finally finished their little project up at Deer Springs. So y'all just try to get outside a little bit. Let's get some fresh air. What's up, Maggie Notary? Let's handle some business. It is literally the middle of the year almost. We at the end of April, May, June. So that's a lot. Hopefully everybody handled their taxes, but so many of us. That's a whole nother situation. April 15th. April is Aprilin'. I said March was madness and April is Aprilin'. Everybody, what is going on with you guys? Like I said, feel free to call in at 702-551-5261. I would love to hear what you have to say. Definitely if you have any information to share on events, because everyone's calling me about it's time to go outside. It's time to go outside. I don't always know where all these places are or these events. So make sure if you are a part of the feed, you drop that in there. If you're having something and you want to open it up in a public platform, make sure you drop your party in. Make sure you drop your vendor events in. If you're a small business owner, we do have different packages for you as well. So make sure you shoot us a DM or a message so that we can reach out to you and promote you and have you at your highest levels of vibration. And yeah, what's going on for 420, everybody? Where are all my plant heads at? Everybody looking for 420 events outside this weekend. I said, woo, Lord, he playing with us. I did a reel when 420 literally falls on Easter. That's kind of crazy here in Vegas. So everybody better be careful too out here in these streets. It's getting a little dangerous. Please be careful and cognizant of these motorcycle drivers, guys. You cannot be texting and driving anymore. And motorcycle people, please ride a lane. I know you get on bikes to be free and you want to zoom in between cars, but if you don't have the proper piping, we don't hear you coming. So I've seen a horrific accident and it's just like, oh, Lord. So please be careful out here on the street, pedestrians as well. You're not even safe on the sidewalk. So if you hear screeching tires, turn around, get these earpods out when we walking. You have to be able to hear noises. Okay. We just had a young mother also on the curb, minding her business, car jump. It's, a fatality. So yeah, everybody slow down. And I speak to myself as well. Slow down, know where you're going. Be careful out here with the intoxication levels and also any of recreational drug usage. You should not be driving. Please, everyone. These accidents are coming closer and closer to home. And they like major. So just everybody. Like, I just want some peace this week. Like, we don't want to hear any more craziness. And I just thought about love, peace, and climaxing. Speaking of that, it's hump day in the Bedroom Candy world. One more time, that site is www.bedroomcandy.com/11002. We have the hip hop on sale. It's 50% off this week at a good $36, you know, and the hip hop is serious business. So make sure you guys tap in, because there are specials that we have only on Wednesdays. I don't want to say it's all about me. It just kind of worked out like that. It worked out like a hump day Wednesday, wig Wednesday type of event. So, you know, just take care of yourself out here if you have to, you know, or take care of your partner. And I definitely want to know, where are all of our therapists at? Because that was another topic this week about seeking therapy. So I know that E had dropped the therapy line a while ago in the link. So if you are a therapist, you know of a therapist. I do know a therapist. I have a therapist, Aisha Grevenberg. She is great. But definitely, I think all of us kind of need somebody to talk to. And I don't think I ever have said that, because I just have always been able to have conversations with myself. But I'm convinced that one of these heifers in my head gonna have me in the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing. So, we all need therapy, including me. Now, I know Maggie says she loves therapy. Drop your therapist in the line for us, Maggie, because we need to know. She said, indeed, just to process our emotions and thoughts effectively. And that is so real. Like, yeah, call in, Maggie, 702-551-5261 and share that. And that's just really real, because I felt like I needed to get out something, because me talking in my head really wasn't happening, because I always go into this superhero mode. Like, we don't have time to be weak. And I think when you're a strong person, when you're a loner, that's what a therapist helps you realize, that you're human, you know? I'm always like, oh, superhero. But no, bitch, I think I'm ready to be human. I think I'm ready to be a girl. Like I told y'all, like, this is my, third week in a row? I'm in traffic, you know? But yeah, I'm in traffic, but he was driving too fast this week. So I had to get out and get in my own car. I want to be in traffic with you, but my knees was giving, this ain't gonna last. Okay, 702-551-5261 is the number. Yeah, so definitely, if we in traffic, babe, do the speed limit. I don't care how much you pay for the car to go fast. I need slow moments, you know? I need a little bit of love making. I can't take it, you know? Slow down, everybody. Like, that's real. But yes, I am in traffic. I'm tapping into my feminine energy, because I can't be out here, you know, doing the same thing every year. I'm switching it up a bit. So, yeah. I think I'm coming into my, what did I say? My soft season. Right. I was thinking. I'm like, I had to remember what season I was coming into. So, yeah, I'm coming into my soft season. So I'm working on myself, working on my weight, you know, because everybody just got to be happy with themselves. And you could tell somebody 1,000 times what you think, but it's all about a self thing. So, yeah, I encourage everybody just to share those moments. I do know we have a lot of things going on down at Fremont, down by Ferguson's. God, yeah, Mothership. They have so much going on down there. I think the station hosts silent yoga. Yeah. Is it like a permanent set? Was it third Wednesday? Third Sunday? Oh, okay. 26:30 is silent yoga in the park. That's not, is it AM or PM? AM, because they close at PM. Oh, it's PM? Oh, shit. 6:30 PM. Okay. Well, that's quite, I thought Ferguson, oh no, they close at 8. Oh, okay. So see, she's special. That's why I was like, wait a minute. I thought Ferguson's closed, but because of the affiliation, listen, the doors will stay open. So you heard that. It is at 6:30 p.m. the third Sunday of this month. Silent yoga. So that's pretty cool. And the temperature is like super great for, that activity. So yeah, guys, just get out. I'm outside with my hula hoop. I know y'all was texting me, talking about you still hula hooping. Y'all seen me out there with that doggone hula hoop. Hey, you have to call into the station, huh? 702-551-5261. Okay, that's my client. I had a client. Shout out to her. She flew in she didn't fly. She drove in from Phoenix. And I think I got a friend for life here. We done vibe. She came and got her hair colored, So yeah, tap into that. Let's tap into ourselves, how we caring for ourselves, how we showing up for just everybody in general, It just make everything a lot smoother. But back to that therapy, sometimes it don't matter how much you dressed up. You still need to go talk to somebody, You still need no judgment zones out here. And I'm learning this because being a mother, I'm always telling somebody something and trying to direct them. But at this point, I could really care less because I'm so busy trying to figure out what's going on with me. I am not the one to be judging you. So if you thought that, I promise you, I want the best for you. I want much love, peace, success, and prosperity. Connie don't want nothing bad for you. I want you to get your whole entire life. And guess what? If you got a business, I want you to come on here. I want you to let me know so I can shoot you a package and you can come on here and promote your business. So that's what it is. Real talk. That's the naked truth. That's purpose driven. That's the reason I'm showing up today because I'm dedicated to this. Not long ago, I wasn't. But I said, no, people, you just gotta be there for yourself. Sometimes this is just as much therapy for me as it is for anybody else who can hear. Okay, hey, see you on the 5th of May. Yeah, anybody else. So that's why I say we open up these doors. We talk about everything and anything. And in order for you to feel comfortable with me, I have to be transparent with you, And so today is like a really rough day. Not even going into no detail, but I definitely did want to show up. I wanted to be, thank you. I wanted to just be here, because you can't always just be in your feelings. You can't just always be in your feelings. Okay. Sometimes you got to come outside. I think we got a caller here. No, she hung up. Okay. So I don't know what happened, Kamara. She was asking the number 702. Yeah, she said call back. 702-551-5261 is the number to call in. That is Kamara Lee. She is our mobile notary here in Las Vegas. And she's also setting up some great events for estate planning. I'm on the clock. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I know. Get back to work, girl. Please. You can always go back and follow me or watch this, share live. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube is that, I love the number. So make sure you guys hit like, share. So we have a caller. Hi, caller.
Hi, Connie. Hey, Miss Connie LV. This is Maggie D, not just a notary. What's up, girl?
What's up, Maggie? I love you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I love your topic today.
Thank you.
I love this.
I wish I'd have known. I would have had you in here with me. I could have used some of your energy. So what?
Right? We be just trying to be vibing. We just be vibing, and it's
all the
for
time.
Life,
Yes, it is. So touching on that topic of therapy, what is it? What do you have to share about that?
It is helpful. And I think, honestly, with the Black community, we shy so away from seeking therapy because we don't want to be labeled crazy or like you ain't got all your screws together, So they'd be like, "Oh, you in therapy? What you diagnosed with?" Type of things. But really, it's not only about that. You can actually go and see a therapist versus a psychiatrist. And being able to tap into a therapist that can just help you process your emotions. And we keep pushing and pushing through so much that we go through that we don't even recognize or acknowledge our emotions until it's too late. We're blowing up or we're having a mental breakdown, and by then it's too late. So it's like, let's try
You got that right.
get it. Yeah, we blowing up on a person who just cut us through, you know what I'm saying? And we got to realize, like, they're living their own lives. They're not even worried about us. And that's not saying that, they need not to be paying attention, but it's like, calm down. You don't know what that person is going through or what's happening in their life right now that they just wasn't paying attention, So it's just being able to process. And I feel like, and for a long time, there's always been this one saying that has stuck with me for a long time, which was, one person in alignment is better than mass amount of people not in alignment. So it's your job to at least have yourself in alignment. That way you can be able to have better discernment, make a more responsive reaction than just a reactive reaction. You feel me?
Hell no. Who you talking about? Me? I'm just playing.
You're feeling a little triggered, eh? We blow up.
Who you talking about?
Okay,
Me?
Let's just be let's be responsive. Let's actually think about what we finna, go about doing this. And it's so funny because my daughter, she told me the other day, she was like, "Mommy, you know what I love about you? Like, you could tell somebody how you feel and everything, and you don't go crazy or nothing." Like, I was on customer service, and I said, "Sir, you keep cutting me off. And in order for us to have an actual effective communication, you're going to need to at least hear what I have to say. So then I can actually say what I need to say, and then you can have an answer for that. You keep cutting me off, and we're not getting anywhere. So I'm going to need you to calm down." And he calmed down, and he was probably taken back by me not
Your calmness.
yelling. I was my tone said it all. And that's what my daughter admires about me. I have a tone.
Do you teach a class? I'm just joking.
I go to therapy, okay?
Okay.
And I'm always in my Bible. I do. I'm in church. So between talking to my pastor, talking to my mom, talking to my therapist, I'm able to really process these emotions. So the crazy doesn't come out, And I call it the crazy because it does come out. But I'm doing my best to not let the crazy come out.
What? The crazy come out? Okay.
The crazy, because I'm ready to cut, and do stuff. Like,
right.
We're not trying to be in jail for, we ain't trying to be in prison.
So right. So I think, okay, so therapy, that's good. So, and that you have practiced this, but what does that look like when the crazy come out?
That means that I wasn't practicing, because the crazy only comes out if I haven't been going through the process, going through the steps, breathe, double check, what I'm saying? If you're not, you just immediately trying to just snap without actually assessing.
In my defense, it's more footage.
Huh?
I said, in my defense, is more to the story. The picture is larger than it seems. I know.
You be like, look, I'm not finna. But even like with the IHOP situation with you, like,
we can't discuss it though.
Oh, okay. But just just knowing how to have that tone, you know what I'm saying, with people, because these people, what's another thing too?
What?
That keeps me in check.
What?
So it's this one saying, if you see two fools arguing from afar, you can't tell who's the fool and who's the actual person making sense.
Now
because
that's
you got
real.
two people yelling
Yep.
at each other. So I never want to look like
That's
the
real.
fool.
That's so
And
real.
that's really what keeps me in check.
That is so real because on the outside looking in, I'm like, wait, that's not how that really was. But it doesn't matter because that's how that looks. So
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. That's a great piece of information. I appreciate
That keeps me in check
Kamara.
all the time. I'd be like, guess what?
Do you
Y'all ain't gonna
meditate?
think that I pray.
Okay.
I pray.
Okay.
So in a sense, that is a part of meditation, but I do need to
No, I
start
get
like
it.
really meditating.
Because I
You know
pray.
what I'm saying?
I'm not really a
Be in
meditation
prayer.
person. I'm more of a
I'll
prayer
be
person.
crying. Yeah, I'd be crying. I'd be like, Lord, thank you for keeping me. Because there's a few people who could have got cursed out today. And you kept
Okay.
me.
I know. Them cuss words. I'm working on myself. What church will you be attending? Do you attend church service for Easter Sunday? Would you like to invite some invitation?
I'm actually at a church. Yeah, no, my church is Anointed Tabernacle. It's at 3050 Holly Ave.
Mm-hmm.
And service always starts at 11:30. We have
What's the name of the church
Sunday
again?
school, Anointed Tabernacle.
Anointed Tabernacle for everybody on IG.
Yes.
Anointed Tabernacle located at
3050 Holly Ave.
3050 Holly Ave. Okay.
Yep, the 89106. 89106.
89106. Okay, so what was going on there? I'm sorry. You said 11:30 service.
Yes, 11:30 service on Sundays, and we usually get out about like 1, 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good service. I know we have stuff going on for, Easter and stuff, but they did have just recently a Easter hunt thing at the church where like kids, we had food, jumper, and all this other stuff. But that just happened, I think, last Thursday.
Okay, so that's good to know. They got a lot of activities for the children.
Yeah.
It's a younger church. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
it's an older church, but they always, feeding the homeless, doing things for the community.
When do you guys feed the homeless?
It varies. Usually it's we have like these where they can come to the church and everything. Or there is a group of them that actually do but I don't be really paying more attention with them, but I do.
Well, you know why I ask is because it's getting ready to be summertime, and we have some of these children that are very well off, and they don't really they don't really understand lifestyles. So I like to know where these community programs are where we feed the homeless so that we can get the youth a little bit more intertwined.
Involved.
So and involved so they can understand economics and how that. Okay, listen, we want to love no war, everybody, because I know, I love it. I love everything about it, y'all. But please listen, we want to this is a high vibration spiritual week. Let's just all love. There's so much going on. I do appreciate all of everything, but sorry, I had to respond to a gram. But yeah, I definitely want to start to know where more of these community programs are, where we're feeding the homeless, just so these children can see different lifestyles. Because we so scared to let our kids go over to cousin's house because it's some nonsense, but sometimes kids got to see some nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes they really, it is. They need to see different walks of life and like positions and seasons in people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they can be able to realize like, what can we do? Because they just be so for themselves, which is understandable. We get it.
Because we're not teaching them anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's our job to mold them, you know what I'm saying, and train them up.
Yeah.
Proverbs 22, train them up,
Yeah.
Teach them the way so that way it can never part from them.
And
if
a
they
lot of
decide to
children
part
to
with it,
live what they learn. So it's like we can't practice and preach something that we're not.
oh Lord, yes, that's the number one thing. You know, you really have to allow to teach your children to lead with love. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not leading with love, how can you teach that?
Yeah. No. Oops, I did it again. We don't want to do this. What's going on? No, we don't want it. Nobody should be touching anybody unless we are hugging. Okay. Right now. Oh Lord. I'm just going weak. Okay. So yes, thank you so much, Kamara. I appreciate you taking over. Is there anything else you want to leave us with? Definitely, I want to give you the opportunity to share your business. You can go back and share your information and link. I just appreciate you just in this moment right now.
Yes, like as a business owner, I'd have to stay sane, and I have so many people who are in my corner that I can genuinely, authentically be myself, and I'm so grateful for that. In my circle, I really am. So just the one nugget I would love to leave with you guys is have an open mind to everything, but attached to nothing.
Okay.
Which basically means
sorry.
be open to different opinions and stuff, but don't be too attached to not be open enough to see different people's perspectives.
So,
you know,
let me say that again for my grand people. Have an open mind and they
have an open mind to everything, but attached to nothing.
Have an open mind to everything and attached to nothing. That's a good quote. Yeah. So have an open mind, but don't be attached. It's almost like serial dating. It's almost like serial dating. You know? Like go out but don't fall in love.
Oh man.
No.
That love can be something fierce.
I'm telling you, anytime you falling is an injury involved. So that's what I always say. I don't want to fall in love. I could be there. I could show up for it, but I don't want to fall in love. Like I've had a broken knee, a broken fibula. I don't want to fall.
Don't fall into it. Just hop into it.
Yeah. I can't hop either because my meniscus is messed up.
The knees, honey, you got the leg knees.
If I put all this behind on one leg, it's over.
I'm not going to play with you.
I'm going to be out here crooked like Shamar. Well, I love him, though.
Oh, my jeez. Girl. I appreciate you so much. I love what you do.
Thank you so much. I love you, too, guys. If you need a notary, make sure you hit up. Tell them.
Maggie B, not just a notary, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can always go to www.maggiebnotary.com if you want to book an appointment. Or if you have any questions, I'm available at 702-827-5494.
Yes. Thank you for that drip. Okay. We appreciate you so much. Estate planning event coming up from Kamara.
Yes.
Not just a notary.
I'm thinking about 2 events.
They're happening, girl. I just had to come in, so I couldn't finish that up. So I look forward to that, you know. Always a BYOB, bring your own business, okay? Type of event. Okay? That's what we having. BYOB, bring your own business. Okay?
Bring your own business.
Yes.
Get on
what you selling? We buying it. We out here. We for the people. Okay?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's not enough of us being here for the people, so.
Girl. Well, I'm not going to complain because definitely more people have showed up for me than I ever thought would. But let me tell you something. It's a few coming too, but I'm in traffic, so be careful because my blinker is broke. I'm just playing. No.
I appreciate you, love.
Bye.
Anything
have a good day. Huh?
All right.
No, I don't. Tell your babies I said hello. Thank you so much for calling. And I will be calling you back shortly. Thank you. So everybody, hopefully You got that information if you're following on IG, but definitely if you are on all the streams here live with us, that is our girl, Kamara Magnolia Brown. She actually did a show here. Just a great person to know, just a really good business connect here in the city of Las Vegas, and very well connected. So she's putting together an event for estate planning, which sometimes we fail to really do. We'll plan for a party, but we won't plan for a funeral. But it's a necessary, okay? Because things are happening every single day. But I just want love, peace, and light. No matter what you see, saw, or what happened, at the end of the day, we all want to go home. We all want to be happy. We all want to be successful, and we all want to be comfortable. Okay, so that's my wish for you this week. I just want everybody to authentically show up for themselves. Make sure you in some level of self-care, whether it be therapy, a bubble bath, a spa day, or just some quiet time to yourself in the closet. I don't know. However you figure it out for yourself, just make sure you have it, because I'm going to tell you something. If you a woman, I don't care what color, race, age, you got a lot going on, and a lot of people are expecting a lot of things from you. So make sure that you really, really take the time to just really tap into yourself, because there's going to come a moment where your everything will be tested. And you just got to make sure that you can come back from those moments, you know, because sometimes you can go in places whole and come out and you in pieces. And that's all I got to say today. Thank you guys for tapping in. I'm your girl, Miss Connie LV. This is The Naked Truth, and I have shown up beautifully broken today. But next week, I will be back. Okay? And after therapy and prayer and maybe a cocktail, I'll go back to being myself the week before. Who knows? But I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Be careful. Drive safely. I'm your girl, Miss Connie LV. Good night. It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.